Hello YouTube, this is HT Video Tuts here, and today we're going to show you how to make a helicopter move. This is not a complicated helicopter because we don't want a whole mess of polygons in the screen. So this will work just as fine with your fancy dancy helicopter. Now you know what, your actual helicopter will probably have a fan or rotor right here. So let's go make that. Just gonna need a cylinder and make it X, and just go into this view, and let's just bring it up right here, and this will be our thing. Can't come up with a word right now, so So that's not our fan, right? That's just a cylinder. We're just gonna go hold on Alt and get a cube and just make it smaller on this side. So that will be our little rotor. So let's select our cylinder and just put some caps on it. It's looking. Delete the font tags, guys. Just annoying. Okay, so that's it. Let's not waste our time. Let's make them both editable, and let's make them connected, and let's just name it tail rotor. Let's put it inside our null. This is probably our UV tag. Let's just put it. Alright, so we have everything set, right? So this is your helicopter. Now you'd need your helicopter in three main parts: your body, your main rotor, and your tail rotor, if you have one. And obviously they're not going to be one polygon objects unless they are. If they're not, just make it into put it inside three different null objects, and that'll be fine. And make sure the axis matches. The axis of the tail rotor needs to be right in the middle. The axis of the this rotor needs to be right in the middle, and the body doesn't really matter. So how are we going to do this? Let's plan this first. We're gonna connect this object to the body, and then we're gonna put our motor in it to spin it, and then we're gonna use Espresso to use the spinning motion of this to just spin this. We're not gonna use dynamics on this. So what we are going to do now is just well, let's get started. Oh, by the way, the spinning motion of this thing is not going to affect is not going to actually lift it up. To lift up the fan, to lift up the thing, we're just going to use a wind option. So let's get started, right? You know, it would be a good practice to put the tail rotor and the cylinder as parent child of the body. So if the body moves, everything moves with it, right? Okay, let's get started. First things first, we're going to go to simulation, dynamics, and connector. Then we're going to go to simulations, dynamics, and motor. We have our connector, we have our motor. Let's get started. Let's name our main rotor so we know what everything is, and body. you need this inside a null. I'll tell you why later. So put the motor inside the main motor, and also the connector inside the main motor. First, take the connector and click this mouse thing and select main rotor. The second one is body, and now you're going to pull this up, the connector, and as you can see, it's facing the wrong way. Right now, it needs to be facing up so it can actually allow this thing to spin. So just fix it. Okay, 90 degrees up. It doesn't matter how high or how low. It's just place it right there, just for fancy purposes. Let's pull our motor up. As you can see, it's also facing the wrong way. So we're gonna select this main body and just rotate it. Okay, it's 90 degrees up. Now it's on the middle. Okay. So everything is fine right now, and let's let's play this and see what happens. Nothing. That's because these are not dynamic objects yet. Now for dynamics objects, I have shortcuts right here, but if you don't, you just go to simulation, dynamics, create rigid body, or create collider body. For now, we're just gonna make everything a rigid body. So do a rigid body for that, and you know, that one doesn't really matter. Leave that one alone. Now, as you can see, these things intersect. So what we're going to do is select both of these tags and go to collision, shape, moving mesh, and that's gonna stop it from crazying out. As you can see, now it's falling, right? And it's also the things are spinning also a little bit, right? But it's not spinning the way I want it to. So let's go into motor settings and turn the torque up to like 1000. And it's spinning more. It's falling down. So let's just make for now, let's make this dynamics, go to dynamics and turn this off so it doesn't fall for now. And it's spinning. Is it the correct speed? No, it's not. So you can adjust the speed by just turning stuff up or down, and that's pretty correct. Yeah, it's spinning the correct speed. Not really, actually. Let's not do that. It's too high. Instead of being at 10,000, let's just make it 5,000. I meant 50,000 or 5,000. Doesn't really matter. I forgot. Yeah, this is more like it. You know. It went really slow for some reason now. Or is it just looking slow because it's really fast? Let me see. Coordination. No, it's just looking, it's really slow. Let's go to motor and just stop messing with it. You know, I'll just go to 10,000, torque 10,000, and just leave that. That's the setting I used for my video. So that's our setting for this. Now, as you can see, our little guy here is not moving. And let's see if everything is centered here. What seems to be centered, the axis. I'm talking about the axis. This axis, this red axis needs to be in the center. It seems to be centered, so we have no problems with that. Uh-oh, it's kind of edge. Doesn't really matter for me right now, but you gotta watch out for those when you model. That's a modeling thing. That's not a thing with the dynamics. So how do you make this spin without adding more connectors? If you'd like, go ahead, but I'm not going to. So I'm gonna go to helicopter, right click, 740 tax Espresso. Now for those of you who have never used Espresso, it's just like algebra. You take variables and you plug them in. So what we're going to do is main rotor and tail rotor. So we want the rotation of the tail rotors to be the same of the main rotor, right? So you click here and go to coordinates, global rotation, and now you gotta figure out which rotation is being affected. So go to main rotor and you know what, just go to tail rotor first and go to coordinates. Now select your rotation tool. Actually you have rotation right here, so it doesn't really matter. As you can see, if I move it this way, the P of the rotation, the pitch of the rotation is changing, so we know it's going to be the P. So select global rotation P. Now when this spins, we need to know which one, and it's the H. So we go here, coordinates, global rotation H, and we just connect them. It is that easy. Now watch, both of them are spinning. So what do you do now? It's spinning, but let's add a floor so that you know what, let's just add a plane for now, because it's more visible. You can make it bigger, and it's visibly bigger. It's not bigger than a floor, but it's visibly bigger. Let's make it a collider body, and let's take our body and turn the dynamics on, and let's see what happens. So as you can see, it takes off like a real helicopter, right? But it's going crazy right now. So let's oh my god, that's funny. Okay, so we're going to select these two and go to collision and turn the bounce to 0. And let's try right now. It's still taking off. That's funny. Okay, let's go to motor and turn this down a bit as it's going crazy. Let's see, 5,000. Let's do just like 5,000 and 5,000, and hopefully that will. Ooh, it's not fixing it, definitely. Let's go to 2,000 and torque, like, let's keep the torque the same. Okay, that's more like it. As you can see, it's spinning. So to stop that, that's why we have the. Okay, there's a problem. Our tail rotor is messed up for some weird reason. The position is supposed to be. Why did the position change? That's just weird. Let's zero it out. You know what? Never mind. Let's it's the rotation. It's supposed to. This one's supposed to be 0 or 90, I think. Yeah. Or not. That's funny. Okay guys, there seems to be some problem. Okay, let's just I think it's a problem with their Espresso. Global H, global P. I have no clue why this is happening right now. you know what, we're just gonna well, that's glitchy, so we're just gonna delete this expressor right now for the sake of time. Let's fix this up. 0. Okay, for the sake of time, what we're gonna do is just do the same thing we did with the what's it called, the main rotor. So just duplicate the connector in the motor and just hold down control and just bring it in, and go to connector and change the main rotor to tail rotor. Change the angle to 90 degrees and reset PSR. Oops, change the angle again to 90. Okay, connector's done. Did the same thing with rotor. And just do reset PSR. If you don't know how to get it, just go in the command window and just get it. And boom. Let's see, it's not working because you need a dynamic tag. Okay, now it's working, except for it's spinning the wrong direction. Still like 100 and 100 on this one. No, that's too slow. That's like 500 and 500, because you don't want it to be so high speed on this one. And that's too low. Just 1000 and 1000. Please work. Yeah. And it's working. So now, what do? Now, the reason a tail rotor is set up in a real helicopter, so it stops it from spinning like this. But in a real helicopter, a tail rotor was actually put air out, but this one isn't, because this one isn't spinning so fast, and it isn't exactly simulating air. So now we're just gonna use a wind to do that. So just go into here and buy a wind. Get a wind, and like 90 degrees. Okay. And put it inside your tail rotor and just do reset PSR and just change the rotation to 90 again and just back it up. Okay, and you want the wind to blow a little more than like maybe 15. Okay, that's making it fly. Now everything we do here is gonna make that thing fly. Let's see. Dynamic mass, check that, and that seems to be helping a little. Maybe like 6 will do it. Now, to be honest, you just gotta experiment with these things, and hopefully you'll get the right combination soon. Um, 6 yeah, this seems to be right. And so just 5, so that it's just, it doesn't even need to be there when you don't really, let's just, now let's turn it on. And like, you know what we're gonna do is just change it to like 20, and that's stopping it. But true, 25, don't worry about the flying part right now. Just what we want to worry about is stopping it from spinning. The faster we can, the better. Let's do 30. Don't worry about that. 40. Come on, work. Stop spinning, guy. 60. We're getting there. We're getting there. 80. Um, 130. And work. Okay. So 130, and we want it to be at 130. Press Control and click that, and get to like 30 frames. Change it to like 15, and do that again. And it's not doing anything. So I'm not gonna waste time here because 22 minutes is gone. So what we're gonna do is just you're gonna have to figure that out on your own. I'm not gonna waste time. And how to make it fly? Well, just get a fan again. Just get a wind and point it upwards. Actually, you know what? Pull it back a little, pull it down a little, point it a little bit forward, and let's try this. You want to make it child of the body, and let's try this, and it's flying, baby. It's flying. Oh, it's not. Oh. Okay, change it to like 60, and yeah, now it's flying. So how did I film it with a camera? Hold on, let's get like a green shader for the ground so that it pops out. Ow, that's bright. Let's get a camera. Let's parent it to the body. Yeah, parent it to the body. Okay. Now, how do you get realistic camera motion when you fly it? As you can see, it's flying right now. But how do you get realistic camera motion? Well, you go to your camera, right click, 740 vibrate, and just enable rotation and change it to like 10, 10, 10. And you'll get like really jerky, but you change that to like 0.05, and or just 0.5. Yeah, 0.5 seems good. Also enable like the scale if you want to, and make it like 0.2. The scale isn't gonna matter whatsoever. Position 5, 5, 5.9. Actually 0.2. And kaboom, you got some realistic camera motion right there. And so that's how you make a flying helicopter using just fans and winds and whatnot. Thank you guys for watching. This has been HT Video Tuts. Peace out. We'll see you in the next one.